Rangers of the New Republic, an original series set within the timeline of The Mandalorian. No release date as of yet, but will intersect with Mandalorian and another one that we'll get to in a moment. Thoughts, gentlemen?
I just want to put like one little point forward first, and this is going to sound really, really nitpicky from my side of things. But this whole kind of talk of things being intersected, I feel like that's going to make things a bit more messy in terms of like binging in the future, just because like with everything up to now, with like the occasional exception, you can watch all Star Wars and all the series in chronological order. It goes A, B, D, blah.
Yeah.
But intersecting stuff, that kind of system of doing it is going to be a bit more difficult if they're taking place at the same time. I mean, like Lawrence, you when you were doing the Arrowverse, I'm sure you can relate.
It's difficult. It's very difficult. Yeah. Yeah, and I think the Arrowverse is the best description to try and give it, because certainly when trying to go through that, I originally printed myself off a big list of what order to do it all in, and I was constantly jumping back and forth between the multiple series before I just gave up on that and just decided to binge them. So, yeah, well, I did because it was too much hassle in the end to go from Supergirl to Flash to Arrow and back again, and so like I did that method up to the crossover, and then once I got past the crossover, I just binged them in one after the other to save them for crappiness. So yeah, I can agree with the problematicness. That's not a word. The issue surrounding binging and all of that.
Yeah, like
a lot of these shows are not full shows. Like some of them are very short series. Some of them are like, I think I've heard that Obi-Wan Kenobi series is like 3 episodes.
3?
I've heard. Again, this is not announced. It's very short. Some of these series are literally like a couple of episodes. Like Visions, I've heard is going to be pretty short.
Visions is
Star Wars
10.
Visions.
It's 10.
Yeah, but like the episodes themselves are not going to be like huge episodes. I've heard. I don't know. But yeah, going back to Rangers, I think I'm happy to see this. I'm not excited for it. With a lot of these shows, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of these shows I don't care about. This one is up there as an excitement because anything to kind of make the sequel trilogy a little more palatable is fine with me. And similar with what they've done with Mandalorian, I think Rangers of the New Republic is a good way to kind of give good setup to the sequel trilogy. So I'm cool with that. I'm happy to see it. I'm not excited for it because I think there's a lot of shows that are kind of doing the same thing. Like Squadrons, we have Bad Batch. This is kind of that similar aesthetic, but it's cool.
So Rangers of the New Republic, that's Cara Dune and what was it?
Maybe. I don't know if that's announced, but it's
don't know.
I feel like I'll watch it when it comes out, but given that we've not really heard, they've just announced that it's happening. So whether it will be like a Cara Dune and a Mayfield thing, or it's like all the sort of army guys, or
my first impression of it was that it would probably be about those X-Wing pilots that turned up in season 2.
That was in like chapter 10 or something like that.
Yeah, and I thought about that and I was like, I don't give a to be honest. I think this is probably the series that I'm actually least interested in.
You're joking, right?
No, I genuinely think
I know we're gonna get to, but a droid story.
Well, okay, yeah, there's that. I wasn't really counting that because that's not a proper thing. But anyway.
No, we're talking about it though. Add it to the list. I've got my list of all the shows up here. We're adding that because I need to vent on that.
Yeah, we will get to it. But so okay, yes. So droids, I don't care for, but Rangers, I can't say I care for that either because it's not that enticing to me.
No. But that's fine because we had so much. We have 10 10 shows announced. Of course, there's going to be some that are just not going to land. You know what I mean? It's just without a doubt. Probability is going to say that one of these shows is going to be dog shit. Maybe Rangers. I have a better feeling for Rangers, but I know how you feel on that one.
I feel like anything that could, like what Mandalorian sort of does so well at its core, is that it gives you a new angle on the universe, like from the perspective of the time period or whatever, or like how it's not so focused on the Force. Like, say, like Rogue One gave us, and the Mandalorian gave us that perspective where you can have a Star Wars thing that isn't all about Force and lightsabers and stuff. So something like Rangers could give us another sort of aspect of that, or
the thing I'd like to see if Rangers is really gonna go ahead is I think it'd be a great opportunity to delve into what the New Republic was actually like.
That's what I'm saying, is that, it's like we have read about the New Republic. We saw them for like 10 seconds in Force Awakens. I think it'd be better to see that kind of exploring that a bit more. But again, I just don't know how much they will touch on it, because maybe it'll just literally be, I don't know, like some of these shows are just so hard to speculate on. Like maybe it's just, Rangers of the New Republic exploring the Outer Rim, or maybe it's something more central, actually exploring the political dynamic of the New Republic. I don't know.
If it goes out of its way to set up the origins of the First Order in more detail, then I might be a bit more interested. I think the problem is it's not boasting any identifiable characters as of yet. I mean, yeah, sure, we've only had names, so it's impossible to tell.
Yeah.
But just the name itself just indicates to me it might not have much in the way of grabbing me with, like, showering me in things that I know, and I don't know. I'm being very nitpicky with it.
Do we know who is manning the show?
I don't.
Some of them got directors announced, but I don't know if this one did.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I just don't know.
If we're just kind of pitch characters to potentially be in range of the New Republic, I think a returning character from Rebels that could potentially work for this kind of setting. And it's going to sound a bit weird, but I think Callus should have another shot.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's kind of like that thing. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it could be cool.
Yeah.
But do we think they'll more, not pander, but like, do you think they'll cater more towards the sort of Joe Schmo's pop culture knowledge of it? Or do you think they'll maybe cater towards people like us, say, who know more about the EU and Legends and the cartoons and...
Depends. It's always a risky thing to do that. To like only pander, have content that, only certain audiences will get.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like the focus of your show. Because there's a lot of instances you can look at in Star Wars where it's like, okay, this thing happens, and audiences who pay attention can get it. Like all the ships at the end of Rise of Skywalker. All the ships that come to the battle, it doesn't matter if you don't know what those ships are. But for audiences that get to see it, it's like, oh, that's cool. But when you make that the focus of your show, that only certain audiences will get it, I think that becomes very risky.